Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into some common driving and maintenance mistakes that could be destroying your car. You know, folks always ask me why their cars are breaking down all the time, and the answer is usually pretty simple. They're doing things they shouldn't be doing. We're talking bad habits that can cost you thousands of dollars in repairs down the line if you're not careful. But don't worry, I'm here to help you break these bad boys and keep your car running smooth for years to come. Stick around to learn how to avoid these costly habits. Now let's talk about braking. I see it all the time. People driving like they're in a bumper car, slamming on the brakes at the last second. Let me tell you, that's a surefire way to wear out your brake pads faster than a politician changes their mind. Every time you hit the brakes hard, you're putting unnecessary stress on your whole braking system. Not only are you wearing down those pads, but you're also putting extra strain on your rotors, calipers, and even your suspension. And guess what? All that wear and tear means more money out of your pocket for repairs. Instead of slamming on the brakes, try to anticipate what's ahead of you and coast to a stop. Look, I know it sounds simple, but you'd be surprised how many people forget to do it. Keep a safe distance from the car in front of you, and when you see a red light or stop sign, take your foot off the gas early and gradually apply the brakes. Your car will thank you, and your wallet will thank you even more. Trust me, a little bit of smooth braking goes a long way. Plus, it'll make you a safer driver overall. Alright, let's talk about oil changes. This is basic car maintenance 101, folks. But you wouldn't believe how many people neglect it. Oil is the lifeblood of your engine, and when it gets old and dirty, it's like running your car on sludge. See, over time, oil breaks down and gets contaminated with dirt, metal shavings, and all sorts of other nasty stuff. This gunk clogs up your engine, reduces its efficiency, and can even cause serious damage. And trust me, you do not want to be paying for a new engine. So, how often should you change your oil? Well, it used to be every 3,000 miles, but with modern cars and synthetic oils, you can often go much longer. But don't be lazy. Check your owner's manual and follow the recommended oil change intervals. And while you're at it, make sure you're using the right type of oil for your car. Using the wrong oil is like wearing shoes that are 2 sizes too small. It might work for a little bit, but eventually, it's going to cause problems. Chapter 3. Riding the clutch is killing your car. Now, for you manual transmission drivers out there, let's talk about the clutch. This little pedal can be your best friend or your worst enemy depending on how you treat it. One of the worst things you can do is ride the clutch. That means keeping your foot resting on the clutch pedal when you're not actively shifting gears. It might not seem like a big deal, but all that pressure on the clutch plate can cause premature wear and tear. And trust me, replacing a clutch is not cheap. Another bad habit is shifting gears improperly. Grinding those gears might sound cool in the movies, but in real life it's a recipe for transmission disaster. When you shift gears, make sure you're pressing the clutch pedal all the way down and smoothly engaging the next gear. And speaking of smooth, try to avoid dumping the clutch. That's when you suddenly release the clutch pedal, causing the car to lurch forward. It's hard on your transmission, and it can even damage your axles and drive shafts. Chapter 4. Running on empty is playing with fire. Alright, let's talk about fuel. Now I get it, gas prices are outrageous these days and nobody wants to fill up their tank more often than they have to. But let me tell you, running your car on fumes is a recipe for disaster. First of all, it's just plain dangerous. If you run out of gas in the middle of nowhere, you could be stranded for hours, putting yourself and your passengers at risk. But even if you don't completely run out of gas, driving on a near-empty tank can damage your car. Here's why. Your fuel pump relies on the gasoline in your tank to stay cool and lubricated. When you're running on fumes, the fuel pump is sucking in air, which can cause it to overheat and fail prematurely. And replacing a fuel pump is not cheap, my friends. Not only that, but running on empty can also stir up sediment and debris that has settled at the bottom of your gas tank. This gunk can then clog your fuel filter and injectors, leading to poor engine performance and even more costly repairs down the line. So, do yourself a favor and keep your tank at least a quarter full, especially during hot weather. Your car, your wallet, and your peace of mind will thank you. Drive smart and keep your car happy. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more car maintenance advice. And remember folks, taking care of your car doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. A little bit of preventative maintenance and some common sense behind the wheel can go a long way in keeping your car running smoothly for years to come. And trust me, Your mechanic will thank you for it. Drive safe.